What's up, everyone? It's Nikita from I Am Resilient, and I have been delving into resilience research lately. And I've become particularly interested in some of the research from Michael Rudder, who is now 87 years old. And a lot of this research came after, a lot of the resilience research came after World War II. So when a big world event happens, people delve into the resilience research because they want to know who is going to benefit and who's going to really suffer and who's going to be affected afterwards. So I see this probably happening for years to come after COVID, but I've become particularly interested in schools and the role that schools play. So tons of research has been done on childhood resilience. Originally, the Bowlby theories about maternal and child attachment contributing to contributing to resilience were very important. And then Michael Rudder, who is a child psychiatrist and a leading pioneer in resilience research, he actually challenged that, and he said children should have multiple safe and healthy attachments in their lives to be resilient, because a parent can die and things can happen to disrupt the family. So multiple attachments are very important. And we see that people who attend school have these buffer systems in place. A lot of the time schools can teach children to adapt coping mechanisms. They give children a purpose. They contribute to the resilience of children in many ways. And so when we think about COVID, we think about how some areas of the world, children have completely been cut off from their peers, and they have been unable to go to school for a year and a half, or maybe even just a few months. And a few things can happen, but one of the things that can impede resilience is if the homes that they're staying in are broken or low income or violent or filled with conflict or emotional dysregulation. And this will significantly impact the children that are coming out of COVID as they grow. So I hope that support continues to be available for them. But the kids who are going to school, the teachers have a big role. And resilience has been researched in this area, and it's been said that schools can be buffer systems. But what hasn't been considered is what in the school makes this a buffer system versus what doesn't. So teachers have a huge role, counselors have a huge role, EAs, secretaries, principals, everyone has a huge role in the life of this child and their resilience. If we give children a sense of meaning and purpose and belonging and safety, they will much more likely become resilient human beings who are now equipped to deal with challenges in their life because they have seen a big life event, COVID. They've been instilled with meaning and hope and purpose, and they will now grow up and flourish into somebody who can make a huge difference in this world. So I'm very excited to collaborate with schools in the future. I'm excited that a lot of my colleagues, not in the same field as me, just colleagues from other past areas, are delving into school research, curriculum development, and we all need to do our part. So I'd like to tell a story. Yesterday, I live in this incredible community. It's very diverse, so there are people who are higher income and people who live in lower income areas. But it is known to be one of the healthier places in this country, I believe in the world. And I had quite a day. I had quite a 24 hours. I am only human. I had one of those duck and cover days, and the day before and the morning of, and I went out to go and buy a pizza from a shop down the road, and I waited for this pizza, and it looked incredible. I watched it in the stone fire oven, and I got this pizza, and I walked back in the rain towards my apartment, and there was this bus driver, and the bus driver was, all in his supervisor, his illuminated bus driver gear, and he was taking his break and had, been not feeling so happy, just kind of doing my thing, but hoping that, things would start to get a little bit better, and doing a walk and doing my part to contribute to my own resilience. And he said, "Oh, perfect timing." And he opened his arms as a joke, as if, it was his lunch break and I came over with a pizza. So I had accidentally ordered a pizza that was too large for my partner and I. And I said, "Would you like a piece?" And he said, "Oh, no, that's okay." And I said, "Are you sure? It looks delicious." And he said, "Actually, sure." So I opened the pizza box and I let him take out a slice, and I closed the box and I said, "Enjoy." And I started to walk away, and he said, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "No." And he said, "I'm the person that drives a yellow car with a kayak on the roof," or something similar. And I had never seen this car. I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, "Okay." And he said, "Here's my business card." And I walked back to my apartment. I gave the pizza to my partner before he could even tell there was a piece missing. And I looked up this person, and his website was all about spreading happiness and joy, and about how he wants to coin this town the most healthy and happy place. And he's doing his part to spread happiness and joy in ways that he can, by giving flowers and whatever he can do. He had all of these stories on his website. And I added his Instagram to the I Am Resilient Instagram, and I commented on something, and I just thought, it really does take every single individual in every community and every ounce of generosity and joy that we have to spread in the moment we need to spread, because somebody somewhere will be feeling like they really need it, no matter how many other buffer systems are in their life. Sometimes it is one thing or one person that can make a difference. So it may be in a school, that school counselor. And we know that schools are said to be buffer systems, but a school in Kamloops, an old residential school, just disclosed that somebody was, researching and had a device to find remains of 215 children. And the more we look into residential schools, the more we realize that these schools were actually anti-resilient. These schools were doing exactly the opposite of fostering resilience. They were stripping away resilience. They were taking cultural practices. They were taking language. They were starving the children. They were doing studies on them. They were depriving them of nutrients. They were beating them. Everything was completely anti-resilient. So how can we do the opposite of that? How can we do the opposite in our schools, in our communities, and really empower people and give people exactly what they need to be resilient with every ounce that we have? That's what I wanted to say. So what can you do today? Maybe ask somebody what they're grateful for and report back. You can join the I Am Resilient Facebook group. There's a gratitude group linked where people post their daily gratitude and photos and collect as a community, which is really beautiful. And hug your children and ask them what they need and really empower them. So have a great day. Namaste.